Hello, welcome back to Up the Villa and welcome to Transfer Hub, your home of Aston Villa's transfer news, rumours, noise, murmurings, incomings, outgoings, you name it, you'll find it here over the course of the January transfer window. If you are new around here, let's hit Transfer Hub off with a bang. Let's get some new subscribers, get on the journey with us, smash the likes. Let's go for 700 likes on this one. We've got a lot to go through. We've got a big rumour that's hit Aston Villa. And comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. So, Aston Villa are linked with a move for Antonio Silva, 21-year-old Portuguese international, and also playing for Benfica. The rumour is coming from DAZN Italy. So, Juventus have seen a bid to sign Antonio Silva on an initial loan deal with an obligation to buy rejected 35 million. Benfica want 40 million to agree to a sale. Aston Villa are also interested in the defender. We dig a little bit deeper. This is where the source has come from. Not going to butcher any of that. We've translated it, and it goes along the lines of Aston Villa is entering the race for Antonio Silva's services, according to DAZN Italy. What do we know about Antonio Silva? If I was to describe him as a brick wall, we wouldn't be far off describing what type of a player he is. 21 years of age. He's one of the most sought-after, up-and-coming central defenders across Europe. He is an absolute machine. His biggest attribute would be his tackling ability, whether that's stepping into midfield areas and winning the ball, whether that's just an outright standing tackle. His tackling ability is just incredible. He's a ball-winning machine. He's strong, powerful. He reads the game really well. His recoveries are well. His ball recoveries are really good. He'll tackle and take the player. He senses danger. He heads the ball away. His aerial duels are phenomenal. His ground duels are phenomenal. And he's the exact type of defender that Aston Villa need. If you were to watch him in games or see some of his highlights, you will soon come to realise that all of his really good traits are something that this Aston Villa side currently lack. And for our first big transfer rumour to be a central defender, but not only can he play on the right side of the centre halves, he can play on the left side as well. So he's got that versatility of being able to play on both sides. And I feel like that's a really strong attribute that he's got as well. So he's quick, he's pacey, he's powerful. He's just a really good young central defender. And I think for Aston Villa's point of view, the value with signing him, with the growth of the player, he's going to be one of the most sought after. He already is one of the most sought after defenders in Europe, but he's going to be one of the best defenders in Europe in a couple of years' time. And he's so good. And I think Aston Villa should sign him. So we're going to take a look at Antonio Silva's player profile. We'll run through it. We'll have a look at all of his key little details within Antonio Silva. And then we'll get on to some of the little nitty-gritty downfalls of this rumour. So, Antonio Silva, let's have a look at him then. So, 21 years of age. Like I've said earlier, he can play on the left side or the right side. He's got a market value of 43 million. His strengths are his ground duels and his long balls, and he has no outstanding weaknesses. His defending rating is at 77. So in the league so far, he's got a SOFA score rating of 7.43. Any new people to Transfer Hub will know the benchmark is a 7 rating. If you are in and around 7, we're on to a winner to start with. So that is the big one that I like to go with during Transfer Hubs, if you know. Last 5 games, 7.6, 7.7, 7.3, 7.0, 7.4. We can see from his heat map that it's predominantly on that right-hand side. Left-hand side is heavy at the same time as well, because he can alter which position that he plays in. but you'll be able to note that he can step into the opposition half and win that ball back as well. He's a ball-playing centre half, so you'll see that his passing accuracy is really high, which suits in with the Aston Villa style of play. So he's played 7, started 7. He's played 90 minutes per game. He's got 1 goal. Scoring frequencies at 630 minutes with a goal conversion rate of 33%, which is very, very high. He's got 1 assist. Now, his accuracy per game is at 92%, and his accuracy in his own half is at 95%. Opposition half is 87%. Very, very high. So those passing stats are perfect for what we need. Accuracy of long balls is at 68%. Chipped passes, 55%. Clean sheets, 3. Interceptions per game, 1.1. Tackles per game, 2.0. Ball recoveries per game, 5.9, which is absolutely massive. Clearances per game, 2.4. And we've also got successful dribbles, 67%. Now, this is where we start to get into the real big numbers. 64% total duels won, 69% ground duels won, and 59% of his aerial duels won. Absolutely massive. What a player this would be at Aston Villa. He would be tremendous. Now, we have a look at some more stats now from him. So we can see here now that we have got passes attempted, 65.86 per 90, 92.6%. Progressive passes, 4.57, which is really good for a centre half. We've got a progressive carries at 0.95, and we've got successful take-ons at 0.41, tackles at 1.77. We've got blocks at 1.04, and we've got interceptions at 1.0. Now, if we take a look at his international career so far, we've got under 16s, 17s, 18s, 19s, 21s, Portuguese international, 17 appearances, no goals. Now, some will see players' agents. It's Mr. George Mendes, which is one of the downfalls to this rumour, because Mr. Mendes likes to use Aston Villa's name quite a lot during a transfer window. So that would be big downfall number 1. Downfall number 2 would be he has a release clause of 100 million. So I don't really see anybody activating that release clause. I think 45, 50 million would get him. The initial bid of the loan deal was rejected for Juventus. But I think in and around that ballpark of 45 to 50, you would be able to get Antonio Silva. So he would be a perfect player for Aston Villa. He would be one that would be able to come straight in, but then you would be able to get all of those years of experience, the contract length, 5-6 year deal. That is the exact type of player that I want to see Aston Villa being linked with in this window. Really good centre halves, defenders that can defend and grow and get better, but all of those attributes match exactly what we need. So as transfer rumours go, this is a pretty much near enough perfect player profile of someone that I would like to see at Aston Villa. Now, we have some other news of players potentially leaving Aston Villa. So player number 1 would be Diego Carlos. Now, we know in the summer that Wolves were linked with a move for Diego Carlos. So this might be old news, old link resurfacing, or it might be new interest popping back up again. So Wolves are targeting a centre-back as number 1 priority, with Diego Carlos and Adam Webster targets from the summer that could be revisited. Contract renewal talks with Matheus Cunha are underway. Sam Johnson could be a surprise exit. with transfer windows, you have to start to merge some sort of pattern together at times. And there is a little bit of a link and a pattern merging within. I think something's bubbling at Villa at the minute. I think something's bubbling. And if you think that we've been linked with a defender, we've been linked with a defender leaving, does it merge together a little bit? Possibly. Is there a bit of a ripple there? Possibly. I think we're still looking to make funds available in this window as well, which we'll get onto in a second. But Diego Carlos is going to leave Villa. Now, whether we can get that done in January or in the summer, he's going to leave. The problem we've got is Pau Torres is injured. So that is a big problem, that we've only got one left-sided centre-half available. So we can't sell Carlos without bringing someone else in. So I think that's where we are with that one. So I would imagine Carlos will be in the summer. There are rumours that Silva'S is going to be leaving Aston Villa again. Hopefully this time we don't buy him back. But yeah, Silva'S, it's not worked, has it? It's not going to work. And I imagine that Silva'S will be leaving as well. And then the other interesting one is Louie Barry back. There are now rumours that Louie Barry is going to be leaving in January to a championship club on a permanent deal. So that one is one to keep an eye on. So I think that he will be leaving on a permanent if he leaves. I think we will be looking to cash in and make some more funds available. Percy's also saying that we have PSR to navigate still. So if that's the case, then Louie Barry will be able to drum up some potential funds to help out a little bit more. What I will say about Barry is that there is a big gap between scoring goals in League One to scoring goals in the Premier League. You know, you look at sort of Cameron Archer compared to Louie Barry, and you're thinking, well, Cameron Archer's scored goals in the Championship on different spells. He scored goals in the Premier League. Louie Barry's untested in the Championship and the Premier League. So it would be a big jump to go from League One to scoring goals in the Premier League. So I think he's probably going to leave for a fee. We then are linked with two other players, and these are rumours that have been doing the rounds for the last couple of days. And to be fair, the one of them, I think that there could be something in it. The other one, I think, is just nothing in it. So let's just try and find. Let me try and find the link. Here we go. So we got it here. So Aston Villa joined the race to sign, and I mean this just tells me we're not in the race. 60 million rated Randal Kolo Muani. So Martinez will be thinking, hello, mate, my old friend, that save, the save. 26-year-old Kolo Muani playing at PSG. I don't think there's not a cat in hell's chance that we're signing Kolo Muani, really. I mean, the only way I would say there's something in this is that John Duran was linked with a move to PSG. So the fact that he was linked, you know, what are they thinking, swap or something? But yeah, I don't personally think we should be signing Kolo Muani. We can't with two strikers. You know, we can't have three strikers. So yeah, this one feels a little bit random. He's got 2 goals, goal conversion rate of 13% this season, SOFA score rating of 6.76. Again, not my 7 that I like to see. Passing stats 73%. So yeah, I'm not overwhelmed by this one. The next one is Daniel Malen. Now, Emery has spoke and the Athletic have spoke about Aston Villa wanting an attacker that can play across a front line. So the attacker is versatile. This one potentially could have something in it because the profile of the player fits what we want. So if we look here, we can see he can play across the front line, left, right striker. That suits Villa and that suits what Emery wants. So from that aspect of it, it makes a little bit of sense. We're looking at a fee of around 30, 43 million, which is quite a lot. We've got a sofa score rating of 6.70. He's got pace, which is something that we lack. He's got 3 goals so far. He's got no assists. Again, it just feels a bit, I don't want to say underwhelming, but it doesn't spark anything within me at the minute. And I love transfers. And when I saw Malen and Kolo Muani, I was just a bit like, nah. So maybe this one's to keep an eye on, but I don't think I would be overwhelmed by this. But Antonio Silva is someone that I would be like, that is absolutely incredible signing. So that's the first transfer hub of the year, pretty much with a big rumour. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what we get linked with. Love to hear your thoughts on the players. Give your thoughts on Malen, Kolo Muani as well. Give your thoughts on Carlos and Louie Barry and Philogene and Antonio Silva as well, who's the main player within this episode. So if you have enjoyed Transfer Hub back, fired up January 2025, give this video a like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Up the Villa.